Welcome back, and now tune into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws in the building. It's me, it's Aaron. We rocking out. A lot of stuff to talk about today. Before we get into the stuff we're gonna talk about today, dog, this story is hilarious. We got a friend, Bama went out on a date with a youngin.
Uh, they can start right off with it.
I don't know where he met Slim at, on what dating app he met Slim at. Coordinated the joint. They get the first meeting. I think he set it up. Was it a coffee shop or something?
That was the implication,
right.
so I just assumed.
Okay, so they say it was
Coffee
a little coffee date joint, just a little start to get to know the person. It's the first date situation. Is that acceptable, Aaron? Can you do that? Can you drink coffee afternoon?
Youngins be drinking coffee all day. They addicted. It's like crack to these youngins. So they'll definitely drink coffee. It don't matter what time it is, really.
Okay. So he invited the youngin out, slight date, coffee joint. They go to the place. They sit down. I guess they're there. I'm just assuming, maybe a few minutes. He said, "Oh, let me hit the restroom real quick." Goes to the restroom, comes back. A restroom break about like 3 minutes, right? Three
to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes. You go to the restroom, gotta wash your hands, make sure you come back, you good. You come back to the table, Slim gone.
Yeah, when I tell you I was laughing all night.
Slim pulled a preparing act on the man. He come to the table. Of course, I know he got to be bewildered. Like he looking around, probably like, maybe she went to the bathroom. So he probably sat for like a couple, maybe about 5 minutes or so before he realized.
You didn't see the other message about how he confirmed that she wasn't in the bathroom?
So he texted her.
No, she texted him.
Oh. Hold on, what she said?
That her friend came and picked her up.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the funniest thing I heard all year, and it's not even close.
No, what?
Not even close.
Her friend came and picked her up.
No, this is the funniest thing I heard all year, and it's not even close.
No,
not at him, but this is definitely an episode of something you would see on TV and be like, no way.
Oh, but this is the thing. Like, who does that?
The unaccountable.
We gonna keep it 100 here. If it was like one of my dirtball friends or something like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I know why Slim just left, whatever. But he not like that.
Good dude.
He good dude. I mean, the only thing working against him is his height. But again, don't like average height.
He knew how high. He average height. It ain't like he 5'5".
Yeah, he not 5'5", though. So I just, good looking dude. You know what I'm saying? Light skinned brother. He, got himself together. I mean,
I'll be sure looking back.
Yeah, I'll be sure. There you go. You know what I'm saying? But for her to finagle my man and just say like my girlfriend came and got me, the fact that she had the unmitigated gall to text back.
She ain't say girlfriend. She said my friend came and got me. We don't know if that friend is so many variables.
Crud, dog. That's crud. I'm one of those type of people, like, if you don't want to be on a date, or she could have just said, you know what? Like, I don't think it's a match.
But this is the thing though, Harold. Like, it's a coffee date. These motherfuckers ain't go to Jamaica together for a weekend. You can't sit 45 minutes through the date like an adult.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. You can just. I mean, the thing is, it could be lighthearted. It don't gotta be. It ain't like y'all sitting at Maestro's or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's coffee. Be like, oh yeah, tell me about yourself, blah blah. I know you into this, boom boom boom. Like, people do less on a bus, dog. So it's
just being a good person.
Yeah,
and I hope one day she come in for a job interview and this Bama sitting at the other end of the desk, and she walk in the door and sit down, and he can pull the same stunt that she pulled on him.
No, this world is small, and you don't know like just where people be tapped into, and you might be in a space. It just
he should have sicked me on it. Just go ahead and pass the information. Actually.
Oh, you about to go back on it? You about to
avenge his death like Game of Thrones.
Go give her all.
That'd be a funny story.
No, but I mean, according to him, he said she tough. So
I seen it.
So How you just on principle. Even if you get to the end zone, you
Game of
going to throw
Thrones.
the game. You gonna throw the
Avenged by
game.
man death.
You gonna get to 4th and 1, and then throw a slant like Russell Wilson and get the Giants.
I'm gonna score and run straight to the locker room. Game over. Never to be seen or heard from again. Just get up and roll and disappear. And be like, my friend came and got me. And it text a picture of that Bama. Like, he came and got me.
Dog, this joint is wild out here, bro. It's wild out here. I'm so glad I done cashed my ticket. I'm out of here. Cause that joint,
we should have followed
these type of situations happening out there, dog. You don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance. Like, there's just certain stuff. Dog, I could tell y'all a story. I got a little story time for y'all. Way back in the Wayback Machine, I'm out here running the streets. I'm talking to this one joint online, whatever. This is before online dating was like a thing. Now everybody online dating, it ain't nothing. I get to the joint. I like see the joint. Matter of fact, I met her. I took the metro into the city, met her down that joint.
Oh, you
when I got there, dog, it was already like I was not really attracted to the joint when I pulled up. I was like, oh, this young catfish me, dog. The joint, she just was not, she wasn't striking the way she was striking on the photos, dog. So then I just was like, I'm down here. I'm just gonna make the best of the day. You know what I'm saying? Gang might be cool. We just, it'd be cool. So we hung out for the day or whatever. It was straight. And then I went home, dog. And that was it. And I ain't really I faded like Jordan on the joint, but it ain't kill me, dog. So I just, that type of behavior, though, is just unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Never any accountability. Yeah, but I was crying. I was glowing you wasn't up to see it when the joint was coming through in live.
It was like 1 in the morning, dog. I was like, yeah. I woke up. I had to got into some work stuff. Then I looked in the joint. I'm like, what is all these laughing emojis for? Like, I just seen a string of laughing emojis. I'm like, yeah, hold on. Like, what happened? So now I go back and read the joint. Dog, when I read that the Bama went back to the table and Youngin was gone, bro.
No, that's just hilarious.
I was weak. I mean, it's tough sledding out here, dog. It's tough sledding out here. Because I mean, if Youngin's going like this, good luck, dog. Good luck with that.
No, I think I'm gonna really go ahead and
avenge him.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna avenge.
Yeah. Hey, listen, they gotta fit you. They gotta know what it feels. But matter of fact, they gonna dog you. She gonna dog you out when you do it.
Oh, what I do, what I'm gonna do? She gonna go online and be like, "See, this is why." Yada 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 yada. It don't matter though.
Just skate off into the wind.
I'm a ghost online anyway. It don't even matter. You can't get me fired. Ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah, Team USA, they struggling, dog. What's going on with the struggle? LeBron James bailed them out 2 times. South Sudan was giving them that work. I don't know what South Sudan? Come on, bro.
I think they just going through the motions. It's like when you in the rec league and then you get the team of the last team, and it's a bunch of the Nigerian Bammers come in the gym and they all want to play together. And so you like, all right. So
you want to take it serious. Yeah. Then the Bammers hit 4 or 5 threes and then the Bammers be
like, hold up. Yeah.
Then you got focus and buckle down. Yeah, they was tripping, dog. They was, I don't know what kind, they was sleeping on these dudes. But that
they knew they was gonna win. They knew they was gonna win.
That happens.
Same thing with
when the official Olympics start, they gonna wash them, and it ain't nothing. Yeah. So training camp is here, Herb.
It's that time of year.
We back. I watched NFL Live the other day. Don't worry, we going through it. I was watching NFL Live the other day. I'm like, young, I missed this drink. Like, I ain't watched this drink in a minute. Getting caught up. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So training camp, Washington Commanders, they get rocking this week. What we looking for? I think the first open practice joint is Sunday. They still in Ashburn?
Hell no. I think they down Richmond, right?
Okay.
If they in Ashburn, we going. What you mean?
Yeah. What you got? What you looking for in the training camp? Like, what are the things you need to see in order to feel like the Ron Rivera era is completely dead? Because I got a couple things that I'm looking at in this training camp that I'm concerned about.
I mean, first and foremost is going to be, and which looks like it's already the case, so it's not going to be a surprise come training camp that we approaching it like Jalen's the starter out the gate. Like, we don't want to play these mind games with yourself and the 80s and all this other stuff. Like, he's the guy. Like, he need to be getting all the reps. We need to be talking about him like he's the starter instead of playing these mental hula hoops that they like to do with themselves in this city. So that's the main thing. The second thing is are the other young players on the squad getting burned, or are they just hodgepodging like they did before, trying to get to 8-8, playing a bunch of like geezers who can't really bust a grape? And you see they waved the tight end that everybody loved. And like players like that were just kind of filtered throughout the roster that kept getting burned instead of young guys in the right situations. So I also want to see how they are, if they've been able to recoup anything out of Emmanuel Forbes. Like, is the coaching better? Are they help building his confidence back up, putting him in the right situations to be successful? The Bama weighed 130, soaking wet. So it's like you sticking him on AJ Brown.
A picture of that bad, but he's skinnier than me, Aaron.
Yeah, and then they had him on AJ Brown. That's what I mean. It's like it's basic, simple, common sense or stuff that should be common sense that you just didn't see that previous regime managing well. And then when you look at, like, people like to slander Emmanuel Forbes now, based on what happened after the Philadelphia game. But if you were really watching game to game every week, he was the highest rated rookie cornerback up until the Philly game started. So the Bama's confidence was fine. He was fine. And it wasn't until they put him on 450 back against AJ Brown that the Bama just lost it all for the rest of the season. So it's just little things like building confidence for your young players, putting them in positions that's advantageous to their development, instead of just we ain't got nobody else, so just roll them out there. Protecting your players, playing for the future, not just trying to, keep your job from year to year. Which you got a new coaching regime, so that definitely shouldn't be a problem this year. And then I guess just, does it look like they know what they're doing and practice? Like, is it crisp? Are they working on the things they need to be working on? Is all of those kind of things where it just looked like the Ron Rivera camp just had no clue what was going on from day to day. They just basically was rolling dice. And it seemed like that's what they'd be working on. And it just, they never got better over the course of the year. It didn't look like they actually got worse. So those are the things I'm going to be looking for.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think one of the things I'm gonna be looking at is this O-line, because I think they're going to do right by Jaden and has set him up. Like, I don't think they're going to do the funny business with him and the starter and all that. Like, I think they're just going to rock with it. I mean, he's shown already. You already got the veteran players talking about just what he brings to the table and stuff like that. And it looked like across the way, if you look at other teams like Chicago, none of them Bama's is going through that joint. So it's like, why are you going to be the outlier? To me, I feel like the Dan Quinn and the coaching staff, Kingsbury, like they already like know what they're doing as far as Jaden is concerned, as far as managing him. It looks like they have a vision. You don't pick nobody number 2 overall just to be trying to make them jump through hula hoops. So I think we passed that. If this was Ron, then I wouldn't know, but I feel like they passed that. The O-line and what they doing at the O-line, like, that's really, to me, I feel like the team has pieces around them. Shout out my man Enoch. I was talking to him about it. I feel like the team has pieces around them. And I think that, if they were to be able to pull off like a Brandon Ayuk, could get another player, we can talk about if that makes sense or not. But to me, it's going to be the offense that you run and the type of protection you can give Jaden, and his ability to get the ball out quickly, and then for him to be able to have the time to make the throws that you basically pick him number 2 to make, like those downfield passes and them out. Like, you need time to be able to do it. Now, we know he's electrifying with his feet and he can get loose, but still, that's something that I'm really going to be watching during training camp, to just see what they're doing at the O-line. And if Bama's looking like they can't get it done, what are their contingency plans? Like, what's the plan A, B, and C for the offensive line? Because I think their win-loss record will be contingent upon the offensive line's ability to protect Jaden. Like, I think it's just that simple. I am looking at Emmanuel Forbes and some of the secondary like movement and just what the secondary is going to look like historically under Ron. The secondaries and Ron and what's his name, the other dude who was Del Rio, chronically bad. Secondary been getting easy bake oven for the past, feel like a decade, dog.
Linebacker position, and they both were linebackers, garbage.
Yeah. What Jamin Davis going to look like this year? Are they be able to, squeeze anything out of him? I'm really trying to look and see if the new staff is competent or not. Maybe some of that I'll be able to see in training camp. Maybe some of it won't really be apparent until the live bullets start and the games are actually here. But I'm looking at the defense and seeing if there's an improvement. There should be. You got new people. You got a defensive minded head coach, running that part of the team, and it should be improved. I want to see this another aspect. You might not be able to see it till maybe like the first preseason game or second preseason, but I want to see how they coming in like what kind of energy are they coming into these football games with? Is it just that we just doing a job, or is it like an excitement? Is there like a spark with this team? Because you need that. You need that, dog. I mean, if they out here striking, you already know when the Bama's be striking out here, that's what Steelers teams, they always be striking, dog. Baltimore, the Bama's be striking. Like certain teams, you just know when you get in that joint, they're gonna be a physical football team, and you better be ready. So I want to see what their identity is gonna be defensively, really. Offensively, I think they'll be okay with Jaden and some of the weapons that they have. But yeah, man, we here now. August 1st, the 2nd, I think, is the preseason game.
Dang, that fast? No
Yeah,
way.
bro. Yeah.
How much money you making this year on football?
25,000.
That's it? With all we done learned over the past few years,
Only 25K, dog. For 25K that's good money. That's good money, dog. And look, and this the thing. If my bankroll grow fast enough, then it might be more. But 25K, that's where we aimed at right now. That's where we aimed at right now. So, we almost there. Have you been watching the Hard Knocks?
Yeah, it's hilarious. How incompetent. I thought Ron and them was incompetent. Oh, this dude, what's his name? Joe Shine or Sheen? This might be the worst I've ever seen in management.
Oh, he's bad.
It's the me show with him. Like, it's just wild. And Mara knows he's trash. Like, to watch the owner and how he looks at him when he's talking, like, I got to get this dude out of here.
Oh, Mara already knows he's no good. He already knows. I mean, no, just the way that he's like looking at players, like how he was trying to negotiate with the agent, and just how he was just overvaluing certain players, and just yeah, dog. It's gonna be a bad season for the New York Giants.
As it should be.
I mean, anytime. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I owe Dabo an apology, because when you don't see behind the scenes like this, and the face of the foolishness was basically Dabo, and then when you seen him throw the little Samsung tablet and twirl that joint at Daniel Jones because the Bama's so pissed, like now being able to watch the GM and how he operates and doesn't take Dabo's input the way he should, and doesn't take his assistants and his delegates input the way he should, and wants to make it about himself and his decision, and basically everybody else just has to acquiesce. It's like, why even have a staff there if you just want to be the guy making all the decisions?
No, the thing is, before I go down a pathway where I don't pay my star running back, I'm bringing in my head coach and I'm saying, hey, do we let Saquon go or do we keep him? I don't know why that conversation is not happening. You got a guy who knows the X's and O's. He knows what he's trying to do offensively. He understands like what kind of players you need to be successful. You cannot just make that move with his input as the same as the scouts. It's not the same. You be like, hey, listen, we thinking about letting Saquon go. Do we need to pay him? We can make it happen if we need to pay him. If he's
and you
like,
can't lose him for $1 million. Like the other team in your division gets him for $1 million more.
That's it, dog. And $1 million on the signing bonus, dog. It don't even what are we talking about?
And then when you look at Saquon being not just the best player on the team, but also the most popular, sometimes that's not the same case.
And marketable.
Like a lot of times here, you'll have players like Cooley being the most popular for obvious reasons. But then you got other players like Portis or somebody else who's like the best player on the team. Saquon is head and shoulders the best and most popular player, and it's not even close on that roster. And the owner's even saying like, he's by far our most popular. Like, are you sure? He's trying to give you an out to back off and be like, you know what? Let's take another pass. But he just, digging his feet in, and then you let your division rival,
he doesn't know what he's doing.
Get him for $1 million more a year, basically $3 million more than what you claimed you were willing to offer. And now you got to live with it because it's the Daniel Jones show, and Daniel Jones is going to look terrible this year.
But even that, this Bama's having conversations about the backup quarterback and Tyrod Taylor, but you're not having conversations about Daniel Jones. You should be like, Dayball, Can you win with Daniel Jones? Do we need to go into this draft and get somebody? And you saw them in the little preview for the latest joint.
Dabo, like, I trade up for Daniel. So Dabo know what's going on. I'm taking all blame off of this Bama. This is all on Shine. Like, that was a terrible hire. A terrible hire.
Terrible hire. And it's only going to just show itself out. I know people will be like, dog, how you know they're going to be good? They blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah.
There's only so much you could do when you're
There's only so much you can do. You know what I'm saying? And then you got this guy, he thinking he done did something for your team, getting these defensive players, right? That he added to the
defense.
defense.
Problem last year.
But defense, exact. No, if you know, like I know, Aaron, what's the formula to winning football games? You gotta score.
That's any game, any sport. You gotta score.
You gotta score, dog.
If you can't score, you can't win.
If you can't score, you can't win. And I know the old adage, you know, defense wins championships. Yeah, but you gotta get to the championship game, and the only way to get there is the score
for your opponent.
That's it. And so you got Daniel Jones coming off of an injury, right? I think picking up what's his name from Seattle, the backup quarter, Drew Lock. I think that was a good pickup for a backup quarterback. You lost Tyrod.
He's gonna be the starter. He's better than Daniel Jones.
He's gonna be the starter. But this is the thing: can they pivot? This is what I'm saying. When you make bad decisions, they gave Daniels the money last year. They gave him the money, and now you go turn around and
Dabo's job is on the line, Harold. He got to do what he got to show everybody that it's not me. It's these bad. And the only way to do that is to take their guy out in the game where he's thinking.
But it's going to be a power struggle, and that. Well, maybe not so much. If Tyrod was there, it would be a much more power struggle.
It's another white guy, so it's fine.
Yeah, you're right. Daboll going to be quick to pull that trigger, dog.
And it has to happen in a game. You can't give the GM a heads up in the way that he can kind of start mitigating and being passive aggressive and leaking stuff. You got to let Daniel Jones go out there, be trash for a quarter and just pull him. 2 turnovers in the first quarter, pull him, put Lock in. And Lock doesn't have to be great.
No, he doesn't.
But he
looked solid the games that he filled in for Geno last year, dog.
He's better than Daniel Jones.
He's better than Daniel Jones. He's better than Daniel Jones. I agree with you there, dog. I agree with you there. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out, but it's already set up to fail. When you got the guy at the top who's making the decisions on the players that doesn't know football, oh my goodness, bro. Dog, that's the worst combination. A guy who's in charge of bringing players but don't know football. He playing Madden, He playing Madden. Oh, he just going off of name recognition. Oh, he at 89 on Madden? Oh, yeah, we want him bad. It's like, dog, does he fit your system? Does he fit, you know what I'm saying? And he not even asking the right question. And I think, honestly, Daboll's, his deficiency is not X's and O's and coaching and that. His deficiency is that he doesn't know how to communicate to the level above him what he needs to be successful. Yeah, for whatever reason, he looked like he's okay with just the GM being a dummy and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like working for an idiot.
But it looked like he doesn't have a say or pull, really. When the GM is not even coming to you for your input on certain stuff and only making certain questions be posed in front of the cameras. Like, to me, Shine, it's all about, like, him and his ego and trying to, like, it's like a power, like, this band was like power drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to show everybody that he knows better than everybody else. And it's just, to me, that this just doesn't work in football. Like, football, unlike any other sport, like, requires everybody's contribution in so many different levels and facets of the team. You cannot do it by yourself. Yeah, Belichick exactly. Couldn't do it. Like, all of the coaches that you think are great, when you remove certain layers from these Bamas, they take a step back. Like, nobody's undefeated when it comes to football. There's no LeBron James where you could just throw this Bama out there and then everybody's just, you know, that person doesn't exist in the NFL.
Nope.
So, you know, they're going to be bad this year. They're going to be bad. And if these Bamas win, if these Bamas make the playoffs, OSS will donate $15K to any charity of anybody's choice. These Bamas is garbage, though. Garbage.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be bad, bro. It's gonna be bad. They're not the worst team in the league, but who's
worse? Who?
I think the Titans gonna be worse than them.
Nah, I don't think so, dog. I think the Giants is the worst team in the league. They gonna have Shedeur Sanders at least a chance to draft Shedeur. Like, their quarterback is bad. Word on the street is we might be getting Travis Hunter. I don't think the
Commanders
season's
might be
gonna be
picking.
that bad to draft
I
him
don't
now.
think they're gonna be bad. Yeah,
I think
he
they're
gonna
gonna
be
win
a top 5
8, 9 games.
pick. Yeah, me too. Me too. All right, here we go, Aaron. This is the start of the 25K for this year. Week 1
Check for
matchups
100K.
early. Week 1 matchups. Baltimore Ravens, the first game of the year. Baltimore Ravens versus the Chiefs.
I'm
Chiefs
taking
are
Baltimore in every game.
Baltimore is underdog the first game +3.
I'm taking the Ravens. They
I'm
should
going
beat every team when they're healthy. They should beat every team in the league,
on
including the
this.
Chiefs.
I
They should
think
go
they want.
17-0.
I think they won't get back. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens as well, +3. I'm going with Baltimore. Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles. This is gonna be a good one. Jordan Love was holding out. He said, "I'll be here
As he should.
at the facility, but I'm not stepping on the field till y'all get that bread up."
As he
So
should.
yeah, look like they're gonna pay him. Look like they have to.
They don't have a choice. He got the
Yeah,
leverage.
yeah. So they're
Beautiful
gonna
thing.
pay him. They had a good season. They come back, shine again. Packers versus the Eagles. Eagles are favored at home -1.5. I like the Eagles in this one.
So the Eagles, Hassan Reddick holding out till he get paid.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't show up to nothing in the offseason. He ain't showing up to training camp until they extend him. I think they're playing in Philly.
In Philly.
Give me the
That's
Packers.
that's a Friday night.
Oh, they
joint.
got Saquon too. Man, give me the Eagles. Give me the
Yeah,
Eagles.
I got the Eagles though.
That's gonna be a good game. I think Green
gonna be
Bay
a
gonna be nice.
It's
Like
gonna be a good
Jordan
game.
Love is a good player, dog. They're
But
gonna be putting up numbers.
they are. I'm thinking about last year. They just had a slow start. Like I
Right.
feel like sometimes they be having slow starts because I think they played Detroit. Was it maybe week 2 or something like that? But it just was slow starts for them. So not that I don't think they're gonna cook, but I just think Eagles probably just gonna come out there. They're gonna be hyped. They got Saquon. They got a new weapon in their arsenal. They're gonna be trying to yeah. So I got the Eagles -1.5. That's basically a pick 'em.
Yeah, I got Eagles.
Titans at the Chicago Bears.
Bad.
Bears are favored -4.5. I
Bad.
think that's a little steep for the first game
For a rookie.
for a rookie
They
quarterback.
low. Give me the Bears.
They are loaded, though. They are loaded. I'm gonna go with the Titans to cover the spread, the 4.5. I think the Bears will get it, but I think it might be a little closer than they anticipate. Probably end up being 3 points. Steelers at the Falcons. Falcons are favored -2.5. Steelers got Russell Wilson. They got
Kirk Cousins. Hell no. Give me
Kirk
the
Cousins coming off their torn Achilles. First game, gonna be a lot of Bijan Robinson. And I don't know if that's gonna be enough. I got the Steelers plus the 2.5. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle versus Jacksonville plus 3.5. I think I'm gonna go with. That's a tough one. I think Miami's gonna win, but I wouldn't take them minus the 3.5 though.
I'll go Miami.
New England Patriots at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are favored -9. Bengals in a wash.
How come nobody been talking about that quarterback they drafted over there that everybody wanted over here? You ain't
Aaron,
heard nothing about that, man.
Nothing. And you won't hear nothing about it because he won't be starting.
You hear more about J.J. McCarthy and Penix. You hear more about every other rookie. You don't hear nothing about no Drake, man.
He's not ready, Aaron. And this is the point I was trying to make. If the Washington Commanders would have drafted Drake May and he would have been struggling, their hand would have been forced. We ain't got no Jacoby Jones or nobody that we could, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to get that right. You couldn't get no developmental, we gonna let them progress. Like, no, they need to play right away. And we said Drake May's just not that. He's not ready to play right away. So I'm not surprised there ain't no talk about him. They probably would like it if you forgot that they selected him.
Right.
So high in the draft. But yeah, I got the Bengals winning. I don't know if they covered 9 though.
Bengals to cover.
Okay, Bengals. Then you got the Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, wash.
Texans are favored -1.5.
Give me the Texans.
You don't think Anthony Richardson and company can
They'll be
Can
better.
beat
But
Texas.
Houston is going to be a top 5 team in the league this year. C.J. Stroud is on a trajectory. He's going to be a top 2, 3
He the
quarterback.
next. He the
He
Black
the next
Peyton.
one. That's exactly what he is. But he got more physical talent than Peyton had.
Mm.
Like, but the Bama's football IQ and the way he sees the game, like you instantly know, like he's one of them guys. And I'm so
One of
glad.
them.
Like, if you go back to our evaluations, when everybody else was saying this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, we was like, nah, this the dude. This is the dude right here. And so I think for 10, 15 years, he's going to be that guy in this league.
Special.
It's hard to
Yeah.
leapfrog Mahomes, but after that, I think that
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta get some Super Bowls under your belt before you into Mahomes territory. What do you think about what do you think about Harbaugh saying Lamar Jackson will be ultimately be the best quarterback to ever play the game of football? Was he just sizing his man?
I think this why Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in the league to me, because he knows how to because being in a city like 35 minutes away and watching how they handle things and
Mhm.
mismanage players and confidence and the media and just a complete mismanagement of their own stars here, and then you watch that organization right up the road and how, regardless of what everybody else saying he's crazy, everybody in that locker room and his players believe that he has their best interests at heart and that he believes in it. And that, to me, that's all that was about.
That's half
Is
the
like
battle. Yeah.
kind of blocking out all of the criticism where Lamar doesn't have to say anything, doesn't have to really address it. All of the arrows are kind of pointed at him. Like, what you mean the best in the league? Yada, you know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah,
you know how
yeah,
they go.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so I just think it was a little bit genius, but it's just refreshing to see that take place where we see the opposite here with basketball and the football team, where they
Yeah,
seem to derail and kind of slander their own
yeah.
players to
Behind the
accomplish
scenes.
whatever agenda the coaches have going
And
because they can't coach.
we need to see more out of him in the
Yeah,
passing game.
yeah,
They just say like something negative to throw out there to just get it. Nah, he said we got the best player in the world.
yeah. And a quarterback is just like shooting threes. It's confidence. Like if Obama got the confidence, like it just takes him to a whole nother level. Whereas if you take that confidence, you end up with like these Patrick
Yeah.
Ramsey or Dwayne had like all of these kind of guys that you see them just destroy. Like you draft them and then you turn around and destroy them because you either
Mhm.
got lame duck coaches or people that can't coach trying to fight for their job and look for excuses of people to throw under the bus. Um,
Yeah.
so to me, I don't think whether you believe it or not, I see what he was trying to do as a coach,
Mhm.
and instilling that confidence and protecting his player from criticism. That's really the thing that I find funny when we talk about Lamar and we see all these people. You can never win that way. He'll never win a Super Bowl. No matter if he got these MVPs, he's not this. But there's somebody in that same draft class that plays just as reckless, that has accomplished less, that they swallow every time you see the TV come on and they talk about this the second best guy in the league, all this and that, who's accomplished less
So
with more.
we gonna get to him because
And you watch these same
that
people
roster
pivot.
different.
These same people pivot in the conversation they have about Lamar versus this guy, and it is very, very curious to me.
Hmm.
It's not curious at all, actually, but it's very, very,
You know what it is.
hypocritical to watch them in the same segment have the conversation about these two different players and just watch how they flip flop what they value when it comes to playing quarterback in the league.
That's it. We already know. You already know.
Same
Uh
draft class.
Same draft. We both got the Texans to win. My Minnesota Vikings at the New York Giants. Vikings are favorite minus
Wash.
1.5.
Give me the Vikings. It's a lot.
Sam Darnold. You going with
Empty
Sam
your
Darnold?
empty your piggy banks. Empty your
This the
piggy
lot.
banks.
Vikings at the Giants.
Empty your piggy banks and put your money on the Vikings.
Are you going with the Vikings if JJ McCarthy starts?
If you start, I'm going with the Vikings. The Giants might not win a game this year. I
No,
seen what I
dog.
needed to see.
They knows he not gonna they not gonna go that out like that, though.
Harold, they had probably the best running back in the league last year. Top two is between Henry and him,
They got Devin Singletary
and they
now.
couldn't score. And then Houston had one of the worst running games in the NFL last year, and they go get that guy to replace Saquon. Like we got to stop it. Daniel Jones is going to be awful. The running game is going to be awful. You think Neighbors gonna come in and save their entire offense?
I mean, he helps, though. He helps.
But you got to throw him the ball. Who gonna throw it to? Giants might not win a game this year. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say every game that Daniel Jones plays, the Giants will lose.
Oh,
So if they bench him
oh,
and put Lock in, then maybe. But as long as Daniel
oh.
Jones is starting without Saquon, they won't win a game.
Yeah, that's crucial. That's a
Three and a
bold.
half wins on the
That's a
season.
bold statement. Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. Saints are favorite -4.5.
I'll take the Panthers to cover, not to win.
Yeah, I take the Panthers as well. I think they'll be in better shape this year.
They better.
Uh, yeah, they better. Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills. Cardinals +7
Give me the Cardinals.
in Buffalo. I'm going
Give me
with
the Cardinals.
Cardinals. I'm going to call Cardinals might outright beat them
Yeah. Give me the Cardinals.
in that game. So I think they first of all, one thing about the Cardinals last year, they played almost every game competitively. Like even the joints they lost, they were competitive. They came out and they played competitive. And I think going into this year, there's a confidence that I think it was Shane Steichen is their head coach, that I think he's garnered from them being competitive in most of the football games they played last year. Now they didn't win a lot of them, but they were competitive. And I think adding Marvin Harrison Jr. to their roster is going to be a game changer. So I'm going with Cardinals +7 in that one.
And no new Call of Duty come out between now and then, so these Bama should be all right.
Then you got the Las Vegas Raiders at the LA Chargers. Chargers are favorite -3.5. I like the Raiders though.
Raiders to cover.
Yeah, I got Raiders to cover as well. I think Raiders, just the way they played their games last year, every game tough, every game hard nosed. Quarterback situation still kind of. I know there's a lot of rumors about Devontae Adams being traded. I just don't see it happening. Um, you know, as much as they try to spin that narrative, I don't see it. Yeah, so I'm going with the Raiders to cover the 3.5. Broncos at Seattle. Seattle is favored -4.5. I like Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah, I like Seattle to win that game. Then you got the Dallas Cowboys at the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland.
Browns are favored -1.5.
Cleveland.
You think so?
I know so. Are they gonna pay Dak between now and week 1?
No.
Cleveland.
Okay, Cleveland it is. Washington Commanders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We going to Florida. They got the Bucks favorite. They got the Bucks favorite -4.
Oh, give me the Skins.
I'm going with the Commanders all day. That's money in the bank, Aaron. Cash out. I got a 3-team parlay. I'm putting 150 on.
Minnesota,
So,
Commanders, and who else?
nah. So I'm going. I think I'm going. Hold. Let me see if I can pull it up because I saved the joint, so I wouldn't forget before my brain gets scrambled up.
Hold up, they got the lines on the FanDuel joint already?
We got them out there already. So I'm going. Oh, here go my 3-team 150. Commanders +4, Eagles -1.5, Arizona +7.
It's not bad. Not
Cash,
bad.
cash out. 150 cash out.
That gets you like what, 1,200?
I'll tell you, yeah, that's going, yeah.
800? Or not? No,
Nah,
like
more
900.
than that. More than that. Here we go. What I say? Eagles. I said
Commanders.
Commanders and Cardinals.
Should be like 9.
Yeah. We in there. Dang, let's jump. All right. We got and then We got what is it? Cardinals. Okay, here we go. Let me see here. Oh, now the drink want to act up.
They're like, who logged in? Oh nah.
Oh yeah, they say they try short me. Hold on, let me go. Let me log in. That's what the problem is. That drink want me to log in. We gonna see. All right, here. Let's clear these drinks. Okay, here we go. Put 150. Yeah, 850. 850.
Logging in there.
That's gonna
Put
start.
me in the game, coach.
That's gonna start the momentum for the year.
Put me in the
That's
game,
gonna start the
coach.
momentum for the year. Then after that, we home free.
Oh, they
Cause
really
then,
do that.
cause after that, you playing with house money. All right. All right. We
Dang,
gotta
they got to learn. No, this is
get a
crazy.
lot out. And then no, week one is the best week to get cash out. That's the best week because the hooks, there's gonna be some hooks out there. Oh, guarantee you. That Commanders joint might be one of them. That's why I'm trying to place my joint early because
Oh, this
closer
is
to the day, those
crazy.
lines are gonna go. That 4 is gonna go down to 3.5, dog. I mean, or 3. So yeah. All right. Next joint is Rams at Detroit. Detroit's favorite -3.5.
I like Detroit. Not to cover though. Give me the Rams to cover.
I got Rams to cover the 3.5. And in the last game,
Let's go.
joint, New York Jets
Let's
at
go.
San Francisco 49ers.
Lot.
Jets are underdogs 5.5 points.
Give me the Jets. And you
Ain't
take
no way in hell I'm taking the Jets, dog.
to
I'm
cover
going with the
5.5.
49ers are going to wash these Bammers by 10 or more.
Can we put some wings on this, please?
Wings, bet it now. The Bama Aaron Rodgers, dog, coming off Achilles. And what happens with Bama's coming off Achilles, because I know, right, is that you compensate, dog. You compensate. And when a nigga is running away from Fred Warner and some of these other Bama's trying to take his life away, he gonna compensate, and then the other drink gonna go out like a balloon, and then they gonna be like, "Oh my god!" Like, and then all the flooded fears of the league's
Oh,
gonna
that would
come
be
right back.
crazy.
Like he popped his Achilles last year, all season, and in the first game this year, his Bama either shoulder get popped out of socket or something crazy, and then he hurt, dog, for the rest of the year. Aaron Rodgers don't take care of his body like Tom Brady, dog. It's not the same guy. The Bama's on the way. You know how it is, Aaron. After 35 plus, you start getting the knick-knack injuries, dog, and your body for the time. What you say? Undefeated?
Undefeated.
So I'm telling you, bro, it's not me wishing bad on the man. I'm
That's what
just
it
saying.
sounds like to the people.
Nah, it's not even, dog. All I know is that the preseason joint, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do in the preseason. And it's gonna let me know what I already know. When they get to the preseason and they don't play them at all, because you know what happened last year, they played them in the preseason joint.
So let me ask this, since it's not hate, let's see if it's really objective.
Okay.
If Aaron Rodgers stay healthy and plays 15 out of the 17 games,
What's their record?
how many games they win?
They went 9. They went 9. To me, they'll be like how the Packers were his last year before he left. Like competitive, they'll win some games that they should win. They'll be in some games that they shouldn't win, but they might win a few of those. They'll probably be around 9 or 10 wins. If Aaron Rodgers stays
That's
healthy.
reasonable. That's reasonable. So okay, that's
Yeah.
reasonable.
9 or 10 wins through if he make it through the whole season, no issues, no hiccups. I
I
just
say
don't.
11, 12 wins if he don't get hurt.
So I would say 11, 12 wins if one or two things happen. If they made a trade and got Devontae Adams on their roster added, then 11, 12 wins, that's the floor, in my opinion. But I think that there's a lot of things working against the Jets, and it has nothing to do with football. One thing they have working against them, they have an incompetent coordinator still employed for that team. And what I mean by that is that everything's falling on Aaron Rodgers to figure out ways how to beat teams and all that stuff. That's all on his. Aaron Rodgers is not Peyton Manning. I know they want him to be, but he's not that. And I just think that when it comes to scheming and stuff like that, I don't trust their coordinator to be able to be a compliment to Aaron Rodgers. He's just basically his lackey. Like, do what I tell you to do. And he just kiss up to Aaron Rodgers because he got him a job. But I don't think that he helps him. And in this game, like you said it 10, 15 minutes ago, when we talk about what you need to be successful, you need smart people around you to be able to help you, put you in positions to be successful. And when you have guys that are just like leeches or just around and they really not adding no value, but kissing your tail, then I just think that's going to show up in some of these games where you need more than that. You need somebody behind the scenes that's savant, knows offense, and can give you other perspectives that help you, challenge you, and a voice that you actually listen to, not people just in your ear. Like Aaron Rodgers probably thinks he's the smartest person on offense on that team, which he very may well be, right? But I'm just saying that's not good for the quarterback. That's not good. I don't think that's a good formula when the quarterback can't be told nothing. So that's my only drawback for the whole situation. But if he stay healthy, I think even with that deficiency, 9 games, right? 9, 10 games they can win. If Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, which I'm anticipating, it's gonna be over quick, dog. It's gonna be over quick. Let me say this: if Aaron Rodgers makes it through 4 games without getting injured, then the chances of him making it through the season without getting injured, I feel like goes to like 70-80%. But if he gets injured in the first 4 games, you can just log it in. He finished, dog. It's just like that. The other day I saw, I was watching soccer, which I never do, but I was watching the Colombia-Argentina joint, and I watched and saw Messi. Like, I saw him step wrong, Aaron. And I know what that step looked like when you step wrong and it's a non-contact joint. Immediately, I was like, oh, Achilles. He finished. Sure enough, Achilles. I was like, dog.
Torn? Ruptured?
Don't
Oh, he
finish.
finished. Ain't
When
the man
Bama
already like 30-something?
walking on the back of their heels, you already know. You can't put pressure on the front of your ball of your feet. You finish. Sit down. It's over. And to come back from it, like, I mean, I know we got modern medicine and people, but like, dog, ain't enough Wheaties you can eat that's going to just, I mean, the thing is, it's never the repaired Achilles, dog. It's almost better to just get a unnecessary surgery on both joints at the same time. Because Achilles is like tires, dog. When you change, if you got a ball tire, what do they tell you when you go to change your tires? Change all of them. Might as well just change them all. Because it's just a matter of time for the other joint. And look, and there's a lot of pressure on them, Aaron. A lot of pressure. They need them to play bad. Because they invested so much. That's why when the Bama didn't show up to the little camp joint, Bama was up in arms making a big deal about the joint because they like, oh, we need to see him. Like, we need to see if he's okay. We need to see if he. I watched the tape of him in the little summer camp thing, whatever they had. Bama was like, I saw him compensating on the joint. He had a little slight limp when he was going through the drills and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's not going to be good. Not going to be good. That's okay during training camp. But come September, when live Bamas is out there joint trying to feed their families, it's a different ball game. That's all I'm going to say, Aaron. That's all I'm going to say.
He wants these Bama's to lose so bad.
Before we get out of here, dog, Harris, you voting for Harris?
We're Sleepy Joe.
You voting for Harris?
I ain't voting for Trump. That's for sure.
Yo, Sleepy Joe might be out of here, dog.
I might run. I'm about to go ahead and just get on the ticket.
Nobody seen this man. You might as well. You got as good as chances of anybody, dog.
I'm about to just get on the ticket or run as an independent.
Dog, this joint about to get so
wild. See if I
wild.
can stand some money up like Trump.
It's about to get so wild out here. Now, matter of fact, we need to come out with support Trump t-shirts and stuff like that. Trump 2020
Oh, I'm
cake
gonna
up,
cash
dog.
out off of the red next
Off
year.
it,
I'm cashing out.
we need to cake up,
I'm
dog.
about to
Off of
sell merch. I'm gonna use
dog,
a
Harry.
Delaware LLC, so I don't got to declare who I really am for real. Bama's gonna be sending in the bread
What percentage would you give Kamala Harris to win? What
without
percent
without the
versus Trump?
tangerine dying or anything like that. Like
Yeah,
versus,
nah, straight up, straight up.
you don't want like 1%, because you gotta give him a chance. No, I'm not trolling. I swear, I'm not trolling. Stop, no, stop. You making this is not. I promise, it's not a troll. I wanted to say
No,
zero.
it's more than
No,
1%, dog. Stop
no,
it,
it's not.
stop it.
Don't
One
see this.
percent, 1% is 0%.
Do you know what country we talking about? We keep playing these reindeer games because these think groups and they want to have all. Dog, stop. They wouldn't vote for a white woman. You think they voted for a black Indian one?
1% earn.
They would not vote for a white woman who's more qualified for this job than any candidate in the history of the presidency. What make you think they're gonna vote for a black Indian that went to Howard University? You think they're gonna make an AKA president of this country here? Is this what you think? Like, we gotta stop playing these games. We keep letting people in they feelings run with our minds really think. Don't stop. It's over. The decision was made when they forced old ass Biden in there. The decision was made. The ticket was written. I'm just gonna
No,
troll. I'm just
no,
gonna troll.
1%. No,
That to me, that's
you
high.
might as well just say zero.
I
No,
wanted to.
if my parlay got a higher percentage of hitting than her getting in the joint, like
What
what?
percentage you think it is? But this the thing. We acting like it's a probability or odds based on some variable changing. Everybody knows who they're gonna vote for right now. Nothing is gonna happen to change or shift a huge demographic of people to a different place than they already at right now.
Okay. So I think the percentage is closer to like 25,
Based
which
on
is
what?
still low. Because I think that one of the things that I think Kamala Harris can do, right, is that I think she has better face value than Biden does. And I don't think her face value is better than Trump's. But I
Black
think,
face value? You think it's
no, 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 no,
running
no, no,
for
no, no,
president?
no, no. I'm talking about like just visibility face value. Like part of like campaigning is just being out there and like having like, social media ads and doing different things like that. Like that energy that you need to basically campaign for the presidency. I think she's equipped far better than Biden to be able to do that, to get that face value, to interact and talk and get on different platforms and stuff like that, and actually, share ideas and talk about issues and different things of that nature, where there's and I believe this percentage is low, which is encapsulated in the 25%, but I feel like there's a percentage of people who, want to try to be unbiased, but naturally, because they live in this country, they're just influenced by different things. But like, I think that there's a small demographic, not a large demographic of people that can be influenced by just that face value, that consistent face value, and saying certain things that resonate with multiple demographics of people. I think that potentially can help position her to garner more votes. Now, I don't know if
More
it's
than
going
Biden?
to win. At this point, yes.
So let's rewind a little bit. We want to get you on record.
Okay.
You think she's going to get more votes than Biden in any
What,
state? Pick a
so
state.
so hold on. We're saying from the last election, how many votes Biden got in comparison,
In
or
any
we're
state.
just
Or
I'm
are we
saying
saying hypothetically this year what he would have got?
I mean, I think so, because the Biden, like, Bama couldn't talk, dog. He was murmuring on video.
Trump is a felon. He's a rapist. This Bama has scammed and stolen money from small business, white businesses, not just black businesses, a racist, and Obama still get votes. You give these people more credit than what they do. All your stuff is based on logic. This country is not based on logic. This is
Right.
an NBA All-Star vote. This is what this is about, dog. It ain't about who, the most impactful. No, this is about favorite. And
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I like this guy. Like that's what that because they don't want to say why they really like this guy. Like you give these Bama's too much credit. A bunch of idiots running around this country.
Well, I think this is the thing. I think that there's a lot, like 99% of the population not smart,
You're dumb.
right?
Yeah.
I think there's 25% of the population that will vote for her, though. Now, 25% still gets
You're
you
exactly
washed in
right.
the
That's the
landslide.
law. 20,
It still gets you
25%
washed in
of
the
the vote
landslide,
gets you
but
washed.
yeah, it
The
gets you
worst
washed.
wash ever.
But yeah, but still, like I think I'm not. But again, like I'm saying, because I'm in the 25%, I'll vote for her, even though I'm like, as my gripes with her as a candidate are just have nothing to do with like politics.
Right.
So
And her not being able to win has nothing to do with quote unquote politics. The reason she can't win has nothing to do with quote unquote
agreed.
politics. Because she's a better candidate and it's not even close
It's
than
not close. You're
the
correct.
tangerine. And so is Hillary.
No, so let me ask this question though. Let's say you were tasked with leading the Kamala Harris campaign administration. And they said they're like, we need you to take her
You
to
know
the
I can't
president.
say what I would do, but go ahead and finish your question.
How would you what methodology or strategic way would you get her to the presidency?
I already told y'all what my strategy would be. To me, there's a 0% chance of her getting to the presidency. And so that being said, I would get a VP who we plan, not we, but who they plan to be their candidate for 2028 and use this run to launch that candidate for 2028. Like make people familiar with him, get his name out there, the familiarity for that person to be the next person up for the party in 2028. That's the smart strategy for this because you cannot. This is an unwinnable situation unless you plan on locking Bama up or changing something, like coming up with some technicality to where he can't run. If the Bama makes it to the election and his name is on the ballot in the states, and it's just a vote for him or vote for her.
So let me ask this question. Let's say something happens to something happen to Biden, right? And now you have Kamala Harris then would be the president
Right.
until would that change?
No, because Sleepy Joe refused to do anything when he had Congress. Now he doesn't have Congress anymore. So she can't really make any like wholesale changes that's going to like make people want to run to the polls. There's nothing she could do but just wait her time out until the actual election takes place. They had opportunities to do things to prevent this from taking place. They had a chance to like start bringing up other candidates and they refused. They tried to force this Bama out there again. And this is what you get. Like there's consequences that we talk about this all the time. There's consequences to decisions and choices and actions you make. But it seemed like this party wants to pretend like there shouldn't be consequences for the mistakes and the bad decisions they make. Them chickens gonna come home to roost.
About to be a wild ride, bro.
I don't want to hear white folks saying nothing else about Marion Barry in DC. These Bama's about to elect this criminal rapist right back to the presidency. I don't want to hear nothing.
About to be a wild ride. I hope y'all got y'all seatbelts on.
So you at this point, there's no point in even like following this stuff. It's just entertainment at this point. Like I'm not following no more of this like political back and forth. All they're gonna do is be racist towards her, call her like a DIE hire, and all they're gonna do is just try to slander her for being black, for being a woman, for being partially Indian. It's just gonna be a slander fest though. That's all it's gonna be. Calling her dumb, like the nerve of Trump calling anybody dumb is wild as hell. But that's the game they play. Make better decisions though. Make good decisions. That's it. And you don't end up in these situations.
No.
And I ain't gonna say what you really need to do, who you need to remove. But certain people got too much say in certain situations. They need to just be exiled. Get them out of here.
Yeah, man. Something's gotta give. Oh man. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Tell us in the comments what you think. No, what percentage y'all think she gonna get of the vote? I mean, you know, certain states she gonna win them joints, but it's
not the swing states like Ohio, Pennsylvania,
Colorado,
Nevada, those states that you gotta win, and then whiteys that be on the fence, especially white men. Like we never want to have this conversation. Even when Biden ran, I think they voted 71% Republican. So what the hell you think they're gonna do when you put a black woman up there in front of them? Like we live in this fake world where we want to pretend like the reality we live in is not the reality we live in. White men is not voting for no woman to begin with, let alone a black woman. So y'all figure that strategy out, then come back to me about my 1%.
1%, dog.
White man not voting for no black woman, dog. They just not. And that's the think pieces y'all need to be writing about instead of talking about blaming black men for everything. Talk about y'all zaddies. When they come out that it's probably go. I guarantee you it's gonna probably be 85% white men voted for Trump.
85%.
85%. And they ain't gonna say nothing about it. They gonna blame us for the little 5-6% of niggas that's gonna vote for that goofy nigga. It's crazy. It's crazy. But also in the comments, should we avenge our man for we gonna go by the vote. We put up a poll. If they say avenge him, we gonna avenge him.
You gotta avenge him, dog. You need to get on that right after we get off of this joint.
Oh, I'm on it already. Go straight to the group chat.
Oh, what's up? What's up? What's going on? See how she at. Invite her to the same spot.
Nah, I'm gonna get right to it. You gotta take them kind of gold digger joints somewhere they ain't never been before. They seen it on IG, but they can't go for real. 2-3 times of that, then she avenged.
Oh, yeah. Keep us roasted. You gotta share the tales. She didn't even have no clue. She just was like, yeah, every week you gotta give us an update. This week
Give me 2 episodes. That's all I need. 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah. By the time we
back in the black.
By the time we get back to the end of the preseason,
it's gonna be over with.
Be ready.
4-0.
4-0. Follow us at OSS98, Other Side of Sports. Share the content. Shout out to Wiz, Buffy, Kicking It with G-Man, Lance J. Everybody who rock with us heavy. We out.